Hello, moonbeams. Welcome to my channel, Mystic Moon School. I am Donna, your sound healing and astrology guide. It is my intention to raise our collective vibration through offering calming yet empowering Tibetan sound bath meditations and by teaching how the moon, as she moves through all the astrological signs each month, can help us to become more self-aware, mindful, and live more consciously. Every Monday, I will share with you the moon energies for the week, and every Thursday, I will offer you a sound bath meditation to raise your vibration. To honor the universal law of giving and receiving, if you like my content, please like, share with friends, and subscribe as a way of giving back to me. Okay, let's get into it. So, if you want to grab a cup of tea, or coffee or anything, and maybe your journal, and you can take down some notes for the week. This is honestly another week of big energies. February 12th through the 18th. Right smack in the middle there is Valentine's Day, and that's going to be an interesting one, not going to lie. Okay. So I think really where I want to start is at the beginning on Monday. And, I always do these weekly forecasts starting on Monday. Monday is Moon Day. And so, we're coming off of that Aquarius new moon late last week. And now we are in the energies of Aries. The moon is in Aries today and will be in Aries until Wednesday. And Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. Aries is the initiator. Aries is fire. And Aries is ruled by Mars. So it is that fiery masculine energy that wants to do and get things done and take action. But remember that Aries is ruled by Mars, which is also the planet of war. And so I guess the question for today is, are you feeling fired up? And if so, how can you channel that energy productively, right? Hopefully you are self-aware, you are in touch with yourself emotionally. In other words, you know how you're feeling, and you know that if you're feeling something that is of a lower vibration, whether that's fear, anger, sadness, resentment, jealousy, judgment. If you're feeling any of those things, there's no shame in that. It's just we want to stop, take notice, and ask ourselves why. What's driving this feeling? What's really beneath, and what are the deeper layers of why I am feeling these things? And so Aries energy can bring out that anger, that jealousy, and even that aggressiveness or defensiveness in us. And especially if we're not aware that these energies are stronger right now, then we can be operating from a place of repeating patterns and just a more unconscious place. And so those vibrations, those feelings are kind of running us instead of us being aware of those feelings and then taking a moment to process and say, okay, I'm feeling these things, right? Why am I feeling them? Where's it really coming from? Because chances are it's coming from a place in our past, even if something in the current moment, in the present moment, may be triggering that. And so, yeah, Mars is triggers too, right? And so we just want to be aware, and when we're aware, then we get to choose. There's empowerment in awareness. And so this Aries energy really is going to take us through to to Valentine's Day. And actually on the 13th, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Even though the moon is going to shift into Taurus and it might like take down a notch of that fiery Aries energy, there's still something big going on in the sky in these same energies. And so we're really going to be feeling this most of the week, because on the 13th, which is Tuesday, Mars is going to move into Aquarius and meet Pluto. And so when Mars and Pluto meet, we are talking about explosive energy. We're talking about combative, aggressive energy. We're talking about accidents. We're talking about shock value. Depending on where this is showing up in your chart, it can play out in many different ways. It can play out internally within you. It can play out much more externally with others or in situations in your world. And so we just want to really be super aware that the energy is very heightened this week towards aggressiveness. And while that may not play out within you personally, it may be playing out with people around you. You know, it literally could be just you're experiencing others, displaying road rage while you're driving. And so just be extra careful. Don't engage in that energy. Just stay in your center. I always like to say, when things are going around you, like externally showing up in your world that are chaotic, that are maybe aggressive or just kind of coming at you, you don't have to engage. Like, you have the power to say, you know what, no, I'm not going to engage with this. You can remove yourself from the situation and find a way to go within, whether that is connecting with your breath, doing a meditation, going for a walk. And when you do this, picture that you're going within to your safe harbor, and picture the moon with her nurturing light within you, right at your heart space. And that is a safe harbor for you always to go within when there is chaos around you. And sometimes this can even be chaos within the mind, which we're going to get to in a moment, towards the end of the week. But we don't have to engage in the aggressive energies that are outside of us, certainly. But even if we are feeling that kind of bubbling up within us, we don't have to just fall into that and let the waves of that take us away, right? We have a choice, and your choice to engage with that energy becomes more powerful the more aware that you are when it's happening to you. So when I say happening to you, I mean even if it's within your own internal energy. Because oftentimes we'll feel that defensiveness, the aggressiveness, the jealousy, the anger, the resentment, those are all under the umbrella of fear. And, the fear that's within us, that is not who we truly are. And so, you'll hear me talk about this from time to time. I think I talked about it last week a little bit. Fear is separate from you, and fear is a liar. And so you don't need to believe what fear is telling you. You have a choice. And your choice becomes more and more available to you the more aware you are when your fear voice is speaking up. And so while this energy is really strong this week, whether it's the beginning of the week with the moon in Aries. And remember, the moon is our internal world. And so hopefully, I hope you are feeling this energy in the higher vibrations of, having a lot of physical energy, feeling motivated, feeling like you want to get things accomplished and get things done. Maybe even feeling a little frisky. That's good, Aries, and internally with the moon, that energy is a fun way for that to play out. Aries is also fire, and fire is creative energy. So maybe tap into some of that if you can at the beginning of the week. Now, when we get to Wednesday, as I said, Mars has already conjoined with Pluto, and so you could have either internally been dealing with some shadows, really coming up for you, unearthing, or it could be externally that you are experiencing these energies. But again, you have the choice whether or not you want to engage in it and how you want to engage in it. I said, the way that I kind of wrote it here in the weekly moon energies, I said, because I should say, just let me back up a second, that the moon has moved into Taurus. So the moon, she is not in Aries anymore, but because Mars and Pluto are together, it's still all that chaotic, aggressive energy in the sky affecting us all. But if you would like to tap into that Taurus energy that the moon is in, that internal energy of being more grounded, right, and more sensual, make a delicious meal or go out for a delicious meal. Maybe for Valentine's Day, maybe for Galentine's Day, right? Maybe all on your own. Love on yourself, and tap into those sensual qualities of Taurus. Maybe diffuse some essential oils and take in the beauty through your sense of smell. Like I said, maybe enjoy a delicious meal or some yummy chocolates, right, for Valentine's Day. Maybe wear something really soft and it feels good on your skin. Maybe go for a massage. Whatever it is that you would reach for sensually, I say tap into that. Tap into those energies Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and keep reaching for that if you are feeling any of these aggressive energies around you or within you. Then on the 16th, let's see. Well, the 16th, after, a couple days after, I think, on Friday, Venus, the planet of love, of self-love, of women in your life, the planet of your value and your worth, she is going to meet Pluto in the sky on Friday. And actually, Friday is Venus Day. So I do feel that this could be a really empowering energy for Venus. She's moving to meet Pluto on her day. And so she's already in her power. And look, the truth is that any of these energies can play out in a lower vibration in the shadow, or can play out in a higher vibration in what I call the illuminations of these energies. And it's really going to depend on what you need at that time. So if you need to see the truth of something, I don't know, about your own self-worth, about your relationship with others, and you've kind of had your head in the sand about that, well, then Pluto's going to unearth that truth for you on Friday into the weekend, But if you're really, you're feeling good right now, and you're feeling like you really are, you've been working on your self-worth and your self-love, and whether you're with someone or you're alone, maybe that energy is going to feel really empowering, and you're going to feel an even deeper, stronger sense of your own worth and value. No matter what comes up for you, just know it's right on time and it's what you need right now. And there's no judgment, no matter how these energies play out. Now, also on Friday, as Venus is meeting up with Pluto and that's kind of playing out, the moon is moving into Gemini. And so now we're back in air energy, and that is of the mind. And so the trick to dealing with the moon in Gemini, right? Because that is internal also, the moon, right? So we don't want to get in our heads because when the moon is in Gemini, we can have that tendency to get in our heads and just kind of swirl around into that rabbit hole. And maybe you're going over in your mind again and again what has been playing out this week for you so far. And so what I would ask of you is to disallow that, right? Put a stop to the endless circling in your mind. And maybe tap into the higher expressions of Gemini instead. Maybe if you find yourself going down that rabbit hole in your mind, worrying, anxiety, thoughts, then write it down. Because that's Gemini too. Gemini is any form of communication. So you can talk to yourself out loud. Make sure that it's positive self-talk. You can write whatever is bothering you, whatever fears or anxieties or worries you have, write it down, get it out of your head, onto the paper. That's super powerful. You could chat it out with a trusted friend. And I say a trusted friend because the shadow of Gemini is gossip, right? So be careful who you're going to share your anxiety and your fears and your innermost thoughts with. Choose wisely. And then lastly, I would say, you know what? Go for a walk. When the moon is in Gemini, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you feel like you're in your own head and you can't seem to get out, go for a long walk. It is amazing how a long walk can clear your mind. In fact, there have been studies done that show that really does happen. Going for a walk, there is something about walking and the connections that happen in the brain that really give us clarity, can calm our nervous system and get us out of those looping thoughts. So definitely go for a long walk to clear your head if that's available to you as well. I just want to say that, you know, once Venus has moved in on Friday into Aquarius, we have 5 planets in Aquarius. We have Pluto, we have Venus and Mars and Mercury, and we have the Sun. That is a ton of energy in very personal ways to us, but also Pluto represents, you know, the collective. And so it's playing out very, very individually for us, but it is also playing out in the collective and on the world stage. So what I invite you to do is do not get caught up in what is playing out collectively and on the world stage. Instead, call your energy back to yourself. Go within. Spend time alone if you can, and really get clear on how you communicate as your true authentic self, Mercury in Aquarius. How you value yourself in your own unique ways as your authentic self. That's Venus in Aquarius. How do you take action and find purpose in your own unique and authentic ways? That's Mars in Aquarius. And what is your sense of self? How do you shine most authentically? Your true self. That is the Sun in Aquarius. And Pluto in Aquarius, while it is working on the grand world stage and for the collective, moving us forward. Pluto is also asking you to become more empowered in your true, authentic self by not putting your head in the sand, by not doing what everybody else does or think the way everybody else thinks, right? Knowing what your truth is, Pluto in Aquarius. And so these are the invitations for us to step into our highest vibrations in this energy. On the 18th, that will be the last day of Aquarius season. And then on the 19th, we will be entering Pisces season. So I invite you this week, really connect with yourself, your true, authentic self. If fears come up, if truths come out, if you're having epiphanies, if you are knowing deeply your sense of worth and value, and you're feeling the urge, right? The urge, that's a Mars word, to take action, to advocate for yourself. Really, this is the week. Really step up into your truest, most individual authenticity, your unique self, why you came here, who you came to be, and what you came to do. And despite whatever may play out this week, you can always come back home to yourself. Those are the weekly moon energies. That is some of the big planetary energy that is also playing out. And, just to recap, it's whatever transpires, it's always for our highest and our best. It's, even if it's challenging, even if it's painful or difficult, it is showing up. It is being unearthed so that we can shine a light on those shadows. Because the thing is, right, when our deep stuff is hidden in the shadow, then it has an ability to control us and from our subconscious. It has the ability to have power over us, instead of when we shine a light, when those shadows and those wounds, those insecurities and those fears, they get unearthed, then all of a sudden the light is shining and they don't have quite as much power as they did when they were lurking in the shadows. And so I would invite you to, whenever you're experiencing something difficult, challenging, painful emotionally, please also just know that you can both not like that and really not want to be feeling those things, but also at the same time, you can also know that on some level that painful feeling is expanding you. It's opening you up and giving you an opportunity to grow in your wisdom and to break old patterns. And that's a big deal. And so while we still may not like feeling those emotionally turbulent times, situations, experiences, we can also remind ourselves that it's not coming up just to make life miserable for us. It is showing up to give us an opportunity to really connect with ourselves on a deeper level and show ourselves that we've got this, that we can take care of our needs emotionally, move through things even when they are painful, and also grow from them. And ultimately, that is what that Pluto energy really wants, is through it all to become more empowered. And that is really why I do these weekly moon energies, because I want us all to have more awareness. I want us all to feel more empowered so that we can live a more conscious life and choose our path, the way that we respond to all of the things that unfold, and to seek more joy and love and wisdom. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Those are the weekly moon energies. You can follow me on Instagram for more content, Donna, Empowered Mystic. You can check out some of my offerings on my website. And also, I have made a beautiful 2024 moon calendar for free. You can download it for free on my website as well. If you just go into shop, and you can download that, print it out, put it on your altar, maybe put it up somewhere in your kitchen where you'll see it every day. And it's just to remind you really that we all go through our phases, and you are beautiful in each and every one of them, just like the moon. I'm sending you all so much love, and I hope you have a wonderful, powerful, and empowered week ahead. See you soon under the moon. Bye-bye for now.